Hey folks, Chill here, and let's see, I'm going to put this on pause just a minute. I am happy to announce that I've worked my way out of bronze just in time for the end of the season. And as I'm not going to have any real playtime available this weekend, I'm not planning on trying the long trek up to gold. So silver I will remain for season 4. Alright, well, but at least I worked my way out of it. Now, I went 0-2 for the first 2 games of the series, and I could play those, but, yeah, they weren't very interesting, and I got, like, last picks in you know, every case, so I was playing, I was playing where I wasn't the most happy or comfortable, necessarily. Lost on a couple times. I figured I was probably gonna lose the promo series and be relegated back to bronze 1 again, but I did manage to pull out the next 3 games. So let's see how these happen, because they were not all biscuits and gravy. It was pretty rough. In this game, I think I was like 3rd pick. I did get jungle. Or actually, maybe this is the one game where I got 1st pick. Yeah, I think it was the one game where I got 1st pick, and I took jungle. I took Rammus. Because I feel very comfortable on him. And let's go ahead and start this up. Not too much unusual happened, as far as I know, on either team. I don't think there were really any disconnects or anything like that. So I pick up the usual jungle items. With Rammus, I usually stick with the rewarding totem, and I keep it throughout most or all of the game, unless I happen to pick up a sightstone. Even though I do get the free ward from the jungle item, I feel like having the ability to put down 2 wards regularly is pretty useful. And as Rammus, it doesn't do them a whole lot of good to have a ward unless they're warding way out. So you can see they're looking to invade, or at least put in some deep warding, so I kind of back off because it was my 2 teammates were kind of too far away to really help me. I barely managed to get my ward in that brush. They ward the red buff, so they will get to see that. I see, fortunately, because I did get that in the brush,
A summoner has reconnected.
I was able to see them there, and I think, yeah, Vi used her sweeping. No, she didn't use her sweeping lens. I guess it's not ready, or I don't know. Anyway, my ward seems to still be there, or maybe another player got it there. I'm not sure. It doesn't matter. Alright, so we fended off what was a possible invade. Leona's still hiding there in the river, but we know enough that I feel pretty comfortable doing this. Of course, they definitely know when my red buff goes down and stuff like that, so they will have some extra information. And there we go. I actually did start with a smite because I knew Vi was not anywhere near. I mean, I had my buddies in the one brush, and the ward was still in that other brush at the time. I knew it was going to time out, but somehow I didn't think that Vi was going to time that so perfectly. Anyway, so I get the red buff and off we go. I'm gonna speed things up just a little bit. I mean, because at first this game is pretty typical. Now, on my team, we have a reasonably good Shyvana against Gnar. That turns out to be a relatively even match. In mid lane, we have an Azir, which worried me, especially against a Jace, who has a lot of long range poke and can counter the Azir poke. Plus, of course, Azir is way squishy, and Jace has a lot of all-in potential and so on. So I was worried about that. And in the bottom lane, we have a Tristana, who I wasn't too worried about late game, but we need to get to the late game, so yeah. Well, I was hoping that Alistar would be able to protect him, but we shall see. Alright. So I'm just doing my blue buff pretty much right away. I saw what Vi did. I knew she was looking to be aggressive, and I didn't want to take the chance of having my buff taken. So, I'm doing my buff, then I did my wolves. You can see that. Shyvana at this level is pushing Gnar close to under turret. Not sure how that's really possible. I mean, Gnar has a pretty good amount of poke even at fairly low levels. But she's just doing the damage to him, and I guess it's working out for her. Now I see how far in the bottom lane is pushed, and I say I'm gonna come help. So I'm pinging it. There is a ward there. I kinda act like I'm going away, then I'm coming. I think they didn't really realize that I was actually really settled on coming in. Leona does a good job of spearing over to me to get a little more distance. So they actually get away more or less clean, but at least I get my ADC out from under the turret. And Leona comes back in. I'm still here. I don't know if she knew that I had stayed here. And we're knocking Leona around. She's doing the work on our Tristana. Tristana has to take the heal. Here comes their ADC. I'm getting my Powerball off again. Oh, Leona's just about to do the damage on Tristana, but Tristana manages to get away. And there goes. Alistar actually got the kill. Not ideal, but better than nothing. I'm level 3. I do have a taunt, but I think it was already on cooldown. And that's it. So we do force Caitlyn pretty much to back out of there. Yep, in fact, she's heading out, and Tristana's gonna do a bit of farming. And Shyvana is the level ahead, so she's doing pretty good work against this Gnar. But you know, Gnar's not easy to kill later on, and in the mid lane, Azir and Jace are going head to head. And you can see Azir's taking tons of damage from Jace now. And the bot lane, there's a lot of pings there. I think actually that was the enemy team asking Vi not to push out the wave. Alright, I'm actually going to take the Fog of War and put it on our side, so that we can just see what I saw through the game at that point. Alright, because I think we get a pretty good idea what's going on. I'm getting my double golems, and then I'm going up to protect the mid turret as much as I can. Fortunately, Jace is not there to do extra damage. I saw that happened in the original game too. I don't know how that missed. How did I not hit any of those minions? I go right through them. Anyway, it's so weird. I've had a few issues like that on the latest patch where things aren't quite where they seem to be, or you know, I try to powerball into someone and it works, but it works like a tenth of a second later than I thought. Stuff like that. It's not great, and I imagine it makes certain other abilities for other characters hard to hit too. Tristana's taking a ton of damage from the cannon minion. Not ideal. And she does have not a whole lot, but she is up on the Caitlyn a little bit. Caitlyn goes for a little more sustain. Tristana's going for something that'll build into something else. I'm gonna move these around. There's Vi, she's up top. There's that, there we go. Up top, ADC, mid. Okay, good. We're set. And Shyvana's in the top lane. She's a little low in health. She is level 6. And there you go. I didn't notice it, but yeah, Jace has already killed Azir 3 freaking times. And holy cow, was I nervous about that. Because remember, I was 0-2 on my series. If I lose this, it's all over. It's the same for every game out. But I mean, the way I was looking at that, we were going to have a fed Jace, and it was going to be a huge problem. So we go in. I thought I was going to go a little deeper, but then Alistar decides to go out, so I decided to go out too. I see Jace. I take a little more damage than I wanted to, so I get the heck out of there. I'm pretty low. There's not much I can do. I just hope that my team can get out of there, but Alistar is looking like he's in trouble. Trista's already low too. It's not good. It's not good at all. I wish I hadn't taken that hit from Jace, but he was so short range for him that he was able to get it out pretty easily. He was not intimidated by me at all. And I'm barely just getting my red buff here. Basically, I wanted to take it because I didn't want Vi to just come over and steal it, knowing that, you know, I was low and our bot lane had been wiped. So, Tristana's hanging around, I don't know why. Good job on the jump there, but she is gonna probably... Does she die here? I can't remember. No, Jason blows his ability, and she gets some heals from Alistar, so they're now on the chase. I'm coming out from my buy and my heal. Leona's going hard. She gets exhausted. I'm now there too. I do the little taunt, Areno, and Tristana gets the kill. That's exactly what I wanted. And I'm now chasing. I just want them out of there. They understandably head out. We have pretty good. They have pretty good health. The rest of my team does. It wasn't like we were going to go away. I saw that was about to time out, so I do put a different ward in there. And I'm pinging on the dragon. I want help. And at first they don't come, but I was getting pretty close to wanting to head out of there. But then Azir comes, so good for him. He's 0-3-1, so not very great. But at least he took care of that. So I see Jace. I headed the other way. I've tried, recalling in the Dragon Pit. It doesn't work out well. And I'm taunting the Vi, or at least trying to, but I get ulted. I put up my ult. I'm trying to put damage down and Intimidator. We do get Vi's flash, and we head out. I don't know why Alistar thought we were going to go that deep. We just wanted to get what we could get out of it. So I head out. I'm going. I think I go. Do I get the double golems? Oh no! I was going to get the double golems, but then I decide, Jace is going to push this in towards mid. I better protect the turret. I decide to go and just see what I can do, but then I realize, he's level 8. I'm level 6. I have to flash out of there. Not a really good decision. I really want to try to protect this turret. I sort of do, because I'm not letting him auto it very much. So I do a little bit of help there with the turret. And blue's up, but I decide to go for the wolves first. Don't know if that's the brightest idea in the book. Maybe I should have just gone ahead and gotten blue. I do not give the blue over to Azir in this game. He was 0-3-1, and he was also like saying weird stuff in chat. So I did not feel confident about him. And Rammus can be pretty blue hungry. I mean, he doesn't do a lot of damage unless he's also using his abilities, so at least until I get a mana heavy item, I tend to want to do that instead, just take the blues. So I see that there's a huge wave, and Azir goes down yet again. I'm not even going to show those are just pathetic. Azir goes so ham in this game, and I have no clue why. So I'm just trying to keep this wave off of our top turret. I see Shyvana's heading back. I don't know about the teleport, but I'm not too worried about it. I wouldn't be too worried about it. A Rammus at half health and who has his Powerball up is pretty safe. So I just run away from the Gnar. Powerball. He's trying to follow me, but he isn't able to actually get me. And Powerball does its work. I just go back to the turret area and recall. In the bot lane. Yet again, Tristana being pushed under turret. Now Tristana has a lot of pushing abilities. Oh, Alistar going ham. He's trying for like some sort of tricky knockback thing, but unfortunately, Tristana's trying to do the work, but she's good with, I must say. Lean God is pretty good with the escape jumps. He knows when to use them, and he did a good job on that one. So, but unfortunately, Alistar goes down. They weren't quite able to get the kill. It was close. Now, Gnar and Shyvana are fighting hard up in the top lane, and unfortunately, this is the part of the game where Gnar gets really strong. He's got all his abilities. He's also up on Shyvana by 2 levels, and unfortunately, she just allows the trade, and it does not work out well for her. And guess what's happening in the middle lane? Azir is getting pushed back, and I'm not sure if he gets killed or not. It looks like he's going to manage to avoid this one. He's pinging for help, but I'm already in the bottom lane. I can't help because I'm just trying to get this wave off our turret. There's only Leona there. I'm not too worried about her killing me or anything. I do see Tristana come in, so I leave that to them. And we head out. I'm heading actually towards mid again, because of course Azir is not there. Jace is, he's pushing it in. Jace is up by not as much CS as you'd think. I guess because maybe he was looking to do some roaming or something, I don't know. I try to avoid it, but I do not succeed. Azir's almost here, but I mean, he's going to lose it anyway, so I'm just there. Doesn't matter. Unfortunately, the numbers didn't work out. There was no way for me to either auto-attack or not auto-attack and still get those. Now, I see that Gnar and Shyvana are going at it in the mid lane again. They're going at it. Fortunately, her ult is just enough to save it. So I decide to come back. I'm taking my wolves. Azir is, of course, being pushed back again in the mid lane. So now Alistar's trying to help out. He's fairly healthy, and of course he's got his heals every once in a while, but he's down 3 levels and there's 2 of them now. Vi's is there as well. He's doing what he can. Unfortunately, he's going too deep. And too deep means 1 dead cow. Alright. Well, that's top turret destroyed, I believe. That was top, right? Yeah, top turret's destroyed. I'm now trying to protect our mid. I know it's low, but I'm just doing what I can. I get some extra damage on Vi by taunting her, which means she attacks me, and therefore she takes damage from the tower. But the tower is too darn low. Look at this. Azir is the same level as Vi. Vi is way stronger than as a duelist. He's still advancing like he's going to do something. If he meets Jace, he's freaking dead. Fortunately, I'm pretty sure Jace is back and, heading back to the tower. He's not visible. He's not healing up, so he might... There he is. He's in the jungle. I'm heading back. I took some damage there. And Alistar's doing some chasing, but he's also rejoining Tristana, which is the better part of his plan. Looks like he stopped them from getting the big golem. I get this golem later on, and I kind of wondered why that was, so looks like it was trying to be farmed by the enemy, but Alistar shows up, and with Tristana nearby, she decides that's not a wise idea. So I'm getting my red. Alright, now I've got, I go for the tank jungle item and the Moby boots. So I'm, I am looking to roam or protect towers, everything, and it's working out okay. But I really want tanky items. I don't worry too much about damage items on Rammus. I really want tanky items. Now, Dragon is up again. We did notice this. In fact, I think on this one I even mentioned it in chat. I put up a ward first. Don't get the Powerball damage, but I don't really care. I wanted that ward. And we do some damage. So, we take it, and I believe... Okay, there goes Shyvana again. I get out of there. I see that Leona's going in ham. I don't know why she's going in ham. There's 2 of them, and I had just left. She must have known I could have come back. We do get Leona dead. Jace is there. He's going ham. I powerbomb. I flash out of there, but he's still chasing me, and I go down. Yeah. Obviously, things are going pretty bad. Now, we've also got Gnar taking out the inner top turret. Very bad there, too. Shyvana's 1-3-0. Gnar's 3-1-0. And that's why they just fight. Azir goes for a kill on Gnar, but Jace is there too. Shyvana's now going after Gnar. She doesn't realize how strong Jace is. She goes down too. Now it's 16-5. They're ahead by 7,000 gold almost. This is obviously horrible. Bottom lane is not so bad. They're roughly even, or almost even with bottom lane, except now Caitlyn's ahead on farm. There she's 303 where Tristana's 222. I mean, every lane is losing. I'm basically even with Vi. Every other lane is losing. Losing. Now I see Vi there because of my ward. I taunt her. Now it's only the support in the jungle. We're not doing enough damage. We do get her flash. Here comes Jace though, so I decided to get out of there. I powerball, end up hitting Leona. Not sure if I really wanted to or if I was trying to actually avoid her. They're going ham on Jace. They're trying to get him down. Finally, actually Azir gets the kill. I'm just trying to avoid the Leona. I'm using all my abilities. I do the taunt, and it's just enough to get Leona. 1 for 1. Not ideal, but I'll take it. Alright. And we do manage to kill some of them back. So now it's only 18-9. Yikes. We're still down 5,000 gold. Caught up quite a bit because of some shutdown gold and so on. Pretty rough though, pretty rough. Now, I don't know if I've made the mistake yet. I think this is the game where I accidentally, instead of home guards, I end up getting Alacrity by accident. Total screw up on my part. I wanted to get home guards. My general rule on, especially with Rammus, but most champions who don't have a lot of innate sustain of both health and mana, if they use mana, is that if they don't have innate sustain and I don't have another way of getting it back, then I buy Home Guard so that I can use the base as my regeneration. So I'm not sure why they were pinging down there on Alistar. Maybe they thought the enemy team was hanging around there. So we're just trying to push this out from the turret. I kind of let Azir get the farm. I figured, why fight the mid even if he's behind? Now I didn't. That was bad on my part. I did not know Jace was there. He's doing all kinds of damage on me, and so that was purely a bad play on my part. I didn't. You know, we have a fair bit. I mean, one timed out, but we had a fair bit of. We do get Azir, or rather, you know, Azir kills Jace, so that's good. Meanwhile, we get a turret in the bottom lane, so that's good. We had a lot of vision in jungle, but just somehow either they avoided him, or I just didn't see when Jace went in, or didn't think he was still there. Anyway, basically, I didn't think he was there. I would have definitely have tried to avoid the Jace if I'd known he was there. Now, Gnar gets the shutdown on Azir. I'd like to see how that goes down, actually. Let's see, let me find Gnar, and then let me back up a bit. Oh yeah, just completely wipes him. Wow, tons of damage. And Gnar is going full damage. This is not a tanky Gnar by any means. Shyvana has gone for Blade of the Rune King, but now she has Ninja Tabby, so I think she does go fairly tanky later on. I, as Rammus, am going full tank. That's one of the nice things about Rammus, is you can go full tank and still be useful. Sometimes I get one damage item on him, sometimes I get none at all. Mid lane is being pushed in, so Tristana's going to go push that out. Fortunately, not too much damage to the actual turret. And I'm looking at Shyvana up in the top lane. I'm up there with her, doing the taunt, doing my ult. We get pushed back by Gnar's ult. Shyvana's in trouble. Here comes Jace, so I know that that's bad news. In comes the teleport from Azir. I don't know exactly what he was thinking, but I decided, whoa, I better do my best to help out. So I'm going after... I taunt the Jace, and we do manage to get him down. Fortunately, Azir has sort of caught up. He started out way behind, then managed to get some kills, so he hit some sort of power spike. And we managed to get the Jace, and we also killed the Gnar. So that was a bit of a taunt from the Rammus, and I am pretty tanky. No real magic resist, but lots of physical damage resist, so pretty good against Gnar. And Jace, and Vi and Caitlyn. In fact, one of the things I said when I first picked Rammus, once I saw their picks, and they could have picked magic users, but they didn't. Once I saw their picks, I said, oh, well, they have a heavy AD comp, so that's actually pretty good for my Rammus. That's exactly what I said in pre-game chat. It was during select screen, and meanwhile, this turret is going down hard. Shyvana's now there, though. And Vi stays too long, but the turret is on a sliver of health, and it's going to go down soon if it doesn't go down right now. I'm going after Leona. I managed to get Leona. I'm now 2, 3, and 6. I would like to have as many kills as deaths, but I'm getting tons of assists. We know that Dragon's up, and with a couple of them dead, especially Vi, it is time to do a dragon again. So this is another reason why, even though we're way behind 23 to 16 in kills, we're down 4 to 3 in towers, but we're only down by 2,000 in gold, and this is one of the reasons, is because we've gotten every dragon so far. This is, I believe, dragon number 3. Purple's pinging all over. Looks like they want some help. They want to get towards the middle lane. I don't know if they realize, you know, I don't think they have a timer on the dragon. I could check the thing. I don't really care, though. So, I'm just heading back. I realize, oh, someone took my red at some point. I realize, oh, the little ones are gone, but the big one's there, so I might as well take that out. So I do that. Shyvana's going up, probably warding in the middle lane, or just trying to get a flank, maybe, but like she's just going to head back towards middle lane. Everyone seems to be kind of congregating on the middle lane, very typical. I want to get the blue buff before I go and join the fight, because I don't like leaving buffs up if I can avoid it. And though our team is behind, I kind of have to trust them to a degree. And I'm coming in hot now. There goes the Powerball. Luna gets killed by Shyvana, but Caitlyn gets Azir. My Powerball runs out. I'm looking for a taunt. Looking for a taunt, especially, there he goes, on the ADC. I forced the flash, not able to get the kill though, put some more damage with my ult on the Gnar. I'm getting below half health, so I'm starting to work out of there. Oop, there is the Caitlyn trap. Fortunately, they weren't really following up on me. They were more interested in the Alistar, who was also a little low, and it was closer to them. So, we end up just sort of backing out, with purple team backing out too, or so we thought. I would love to kill the Jace, because I know what a monster he's become. He's 10-3-8 at this point. He's a monster. He's done tons of damage. Now in the top lane we have a wave that's about to crash onto the turret, but unfortunately it just barely met one of the purple waves, so it's not really getting lost out to it yet. Now Gnar's near there somewhere. There he goes. Gnar's now clearing out our waves, getting tons of gold, tons of XP. Not good for us. Oh well. So Tristana's gonna steal their purple. Meanwhile, I just finished buying, and I have now made the mistake. You see, I wanted home guards, but I ended up with Alacrity. They're not side by side. Okay, and now there's already a fight. They're not waiting for their tank. They're going ham, so it's pretty even. It's 2 for 1, 2 for 2 now, which is what I was hoping. Azir puts up his pretend turret, so Chickenuk, all Kings, proving himself useful a little bit. And we go after and get Gnar. Now oh, I see that the big one's gone. I didn't know who took it, but I figured it was one of our team. And unfortunately, Tristana does get killed by Caitlyn. So, I probably should have just headed right back. I don't know what made me think I should get the buff at that point. That was not a good choice. Now, Azir is teleporting top, and you can bet this is a bad idea. And it is. Of course it is. I mean, how could it not be? We are pinging like crazy on him to get out of there. But of course he goes down. Now it's 7-10, he's 7-10-5. He's not very useful. He does reasonable damage if he can get on him, but he keeps going ham and going. He acts like he's the point man. Like he's the guy. He should be the initiator. He should not be the initiator. It's okay for him to go in once the fight has been engaged, maybe, but he should not be just going in. Now I was thinking of pushing out the bottom lane, but then I kind of see that no one on my team is anywhere nearby. So I ward up. I'm actually going to look at for their blue. Do another ward right there in the middle of the path. I want to see anyone who's coming, so I'm just going to make sure this wave gets pushed up nice and fast towards their turret. Clear this out. There's a big juicy wave. But unfortunately, once again, now I do some taunting, put some damage down. And unfortunately, I stay for two hits under the turret. I get really low. I don't know, flashing away from Caitlyn's ult is kind of useless. Fortunately, it didn't matter. I wasted a flash, but I had just enough health, so lucky me. Now, I can't really do anything. With that wave push up so far, I knew that there was no likelihood anyone was nearby, so I just hang out near our almost dead turret. Alright, and Shyvana's gone down again. So, Shyvana's having a not-so-great game, too. I mean, no one on our team is having a great game. They're ahead 5-3 in turrets. They're ahead by almost, well, call it 3,500 gold. We're being pushed in on all sides. You can see we try to push out the waves, but they just push them right back. So, I was wishing I'd had home guards, but I knew I would never be able to afford to sell them and buy new ones. That would be a huge waste of money. I had other things I needed to buy. Now I do have Thornmail, a Giant's Belt, Chain Vest, so against this AD comp I'm starting to get strong. I purposely avoid the wolves. If you just auto that thing, if you just auto move around there, you'll bang into the wolves every time with the Powerball. I'm looking at that red. I see that, oh, it should be up if it hasn't been stolen. And it hasn't been stolen, so I decided to go ahead and go for it. I see that their Azir's ready to go ham yet again. So, I do manage this, and I am definitely eyeing... Really... Yep. And then I get out of there. I'm looking to join the team fight. Dragon is up. It's being pinged on. Here's Leona. I'm looking for a taunt. There's the taunt. There's my ultimate. Doing damage now on Caitlyn too. I'm going on her. And you can see now with the Thorn Mail, Caitlyn's doing tons of damage to herself as well. I'm just trying to get out of there at this point because I know I'm low. Leona's chasing me, but she doesn't do quite enough damage. She misses with the ultimate, misses with the spear. And I just get out of there. Basically, I was just baiting Leona. I don't know why my team's taking so damn long to kill her. She flashes out. Alistar flashes after her. Not necessarily the best idea in the world. Now, Nara's coming after me. That's just a way for me to avoid that. So, you can see Jace is proxy farming, but then Azir comes in and gets the kill. He dies too, but I think Jace goes down to the minions or something. And Nara gets our Alistar. Now it's 37 to 25. They are ahead, but thank goodness for the dragons, because we're ahead, we're behind, but not by as much as we should be. And let's see, is this dragon still up? Yeah, this dragon's still up. We didn't have a chance to get it because of that weird team fight that erupted. I'm just gonna go down and push that. I see Vi there. I'm pinging on it. That's me pinging on it. I just want to clear out this wave and head over there. Maybe I should have headed there already, but I knew there was no one else there either. So, I was too late. I'm now actually going after the Vi, because I saw that she took a lot of damage. There she is. And she manages to avoid me, so... The white chased me the whole time, so... Yeah, I smite that and get that. So... At least we have a timer on it. Now Leona's chasing me, and I figured she wouldn't be chasing me if it was just her, so I just keep moving. In fact, yep, there's Caitlyn, the ADC. And I'm not too worried about Caitlyn by herself, but with Leona there too, it's not the greatest idea to be messing around with Caitlyn too much. I know that there's a ward there and I'm running right past it, but can't do anything about it. Like I say, I don't get sweepers. I like to have the ability to put up multiple wards. In fact, there's yet another ward going down. Now, I see Azir going in. I go in too. He backs out, actually. And I am going to be taking too much damage here. I try to get out. I almost do. Darn near do. I mean, it's pretty good, actually. I'm getting pretty darn tanky. Unfortunately, several of us are getting caught out here and surrounded, but we're doing damage to them too. Vi does go down at least, but there goes the Alistar. Tristana is going ham. She jumps out. She's putting the damage back, gets Leona. She's jumping down, kills the Jace as well, but does go down to Gnar. We do get aced on that. 42 to 28 in terms of kills. They're now ahead by over 6,000 gold. And Gnar is looking to push down the turret while we are dead. We're 31 minutes in the game. The death timers are starting to get long. Top lane is pushed out. Both top and bottom lanes are getting pushed out away from us, which is good. But Gnar is there, right under our turret. I'm alive. I'm really wishing I hadn't screwed up and gotten the home guards. Azir teleports out there. I'm following up. Gnar, who was fairly low health and is still relatively low health. But he's going to get away because he's awfully mobile. Azir has that one little trick he can do with his sand soldiers, but they're pinging on us to get out of there, and probably we should. So I just threaten the Caitlyn. You can see some of our team members just don't want us to do that at all. I get the trap on purpose. I knew that there wasn't anyone near there. Near enough by. Now Jace comes in from the side, kills Azir. I'm trying to get a good taunt off on the Jace. With my ult, he's actually doing lots of damage to himself. I get slowed by the ult, but don't get killed. Now I'm just trying to avoid the fight because I'm fairly low, but not so low that I can't go back in if I have to. I come back in. There's the taunt on Caitlyn. There's a kill, and Tristana gets 2 kills, and that's obviously good for us. She's now ahead instead of behind. And she's 776. Farm is only so-so, but with all the team fights, it's kind of what you expect. And it's looking pretty good, looking pretty good. Alright, so we're pushing out the waves. I'm pinging on the Baron, but I'm low and they're just wanting to push out mid, so I decide, no, can't get the dragon. I'm too low, and no one be right there to help me, so I just let them push it out. Yet again, slow healing because I don't have the home guards. And I do have Randuin's now, as well as Thornmail, so I'm super tanky. I've got 285 armor, and I don't think I'm even done yet. Alright, well maybe I'm done with armor, I can't remember. I'm pinging on Baron. I really want that Baron. But I see that the team fight's starting, so Nar gets a kill. Tristana and I are looking for like a little mini death brush and or getaway. Tristana decides this is going to be a getaway, not a death brush. She's doing that, so I see that mid lane's in trouble. I want to protect the turret. Not sure this is the best way to go about it though. So I should not have come out to lane, I should have gone around. Because I get ulted by Vi, taking tons of damage, use my flash, and I'm not even able to save the turret. I don't know. I don't know if if there was a way for me to save the turret. With the turret down, I should have turned around like at least half second to 1 second earlier. It's now 47 to 31, and I'm thinking, well, I'm going to be relegated back to Bronze 1 at this point. So, Shyvana's just she's not helping I don't know why she's not thinking to defend the base, because it's very likely that bad things are going to happen. Azir, however, is back up. He's doing the damage. He may be a horrible Azir, but even a horrible Azir can do reasonably good damage. He's flashing for Vi, I don't know why. There's no way he's going to catch her. Jace is there too. We're all pinging. Several of us are pinging like him like hell to get the hell out of there. I don't know if he has pings turned down on the way down, or if he decides that he wants to ignore us because we're pinging him too much. Doesn't matter. Of course he goes ham like he's done so many times. 9, 16, and 6. So, reasonably good damage, but his play is so god-awful. He goes in ham every time and it just does not work. Using my ultimate, I just want to clear out this wave. I do like the Full Metal Rammus. Got it recently when it was on sale. I had Freylord Rammus when it was super duper cheap, and that's an okay skin, but I like Full Metal Rammus. I was so happy to get it. So, Shyvana's pushing out the mid. Purple team is nowhere to be seen. I'm not sure what they're doing actually. They may be getting Baron at this point. Shyvana is there. Maybe they don't get Baron. I'm pinging on Dragon. I'd love to get Dragon, but unfortunately Rammus just doesn't do tons of damage. I really need one other person to help me with it. So, even, Rammus can't really solo Dragon. Even at level 16, it's pretty hard. I mean, yeah, he can probably do it. It takes forever, though. It's really risky. So, we're taking out the dragon, no problem. We're going to be 3 out of 4 dragons. I see a Nar there, so I'm heading out. Coming around. And unfortunately, Nar gets the kill on Azir. What a surprise. Azir goes down. Now, both of us here on Vi, we're happy to see her. Hi, Vi. We do tons of damage, but we're just not able to get her. But that's not quite true, is it? The long-range Tristana manages to get Vi even in the dragon pit. Now, fortunately, they're low, so that gives me a chance to kind of chase them out of our base. I'm being pinged back, but I'm not actually too worried. Get the flash out of Caitlyn. Now I'm getting low. And Tristana gets the shutdown on Caitlyn, where it's now like 4 for 3. However, it's 51 to 36. I'm trying to do my best to kill this turret, but I just unfortunately just don't have any real damage to do it. My ultimate finally comes back up. So we're down to 1 Nexus tower in the middle there. And no towers outside of our base at all. So I'm healing up. And I'm going, you can see I've got the Spectre's Cowl. I want to get a Banshees. I know that, granted, this is an AD team, but there's a lot of, like, the Vi ult, there's that huge empowered Jace ability, that does tons and tons of damage. There's the the Caitlyn ult, although likely that would have been popped by then at the end of a fight. There's just lots of abilities, several Leon abilities, especially her ult that I also would not want to have happen to me. Now there's some, I think it's Tristana pinging us away, but we're doing reasonably good damage to this thing. And we see Vi nearby. I get it. I get it. I'm happy. We're chasing him. And now, instead of being behind, we've got the Baron buff. So for at least a few minutes here, we should be relatively as powerful as them. Close to it, anyway. So, Nar's there. I'm just trying to be a tank and a bother. Leona uses her ult, tries to go in. I don't know if that was the best use of her ult, because I don't think her team would have necessarily followed up with her. I think she might have actually got caught up. I get the Vi taunted because Caitlyn's too far away. Now I'm flashing out of there. I've used my ult. Fortunately, thank you to the cow for protecting that from me. There's a huge team fight. Three of them are down. Only Azir's down on our team. Now 4 of them are down. Tristana's going ham. And there's a quadra kill. We've got the Baron buff too. We want this win. We're gonna push for the win. All of them are dead. 30 seconds almost is the very earliest one. Alistar's using his, spamming his heals. That's a good cow. We're coming in. I'm looking. I think my ult comes up, yeah. And I'm using it on the turrets also to clear out these waves a little bit. We get one of the turrets right away. Tristana's going ham on the turret. I'm going ham on the turret with my ult. That's the only time Rammus can really do damage on a turret. We're just going ham on it. Jace is back up. He's empowered. Too late. There's the win. Baron Call gets the victory. And whew, I end up 2-5 and 18. So that's a lot of assists for me. I was pretty happy with that. I mean, obviously I made some horrible errors. Like that one time in mid, Azir I knew was going to go ham. He goes in ham, but I follow up. The one time he decides to back off right away, I stay and then get wiped. Anyway, so there are definitely some mistakes that I made, but overall I was happy with that victory. Now I was 1 and 2, and we'll see what happens. I'm going to continue the stream. The screen will go black here for